first time I used a locums provider, we had a thoracic PA that was going on maternity leave, and we needed a provider that could do surgery as well as robotic surgery. And I got in touch with Bridget Molinari, and she listened to me on the phone. I told her what our needs were. She sent me some excellent resumes, went through the resumes, and we found a provider that was wonderful and served our purposes for 3 months. I think about a year later, we had 4 providers out of our 8 physician assistants leave that were doing surgery, covering our ICU, and taking call at nights on weekends. So we had a 50% decrease in a matter of a 6-month period. Again, I reached out to Bridget, and she helped me get some providers. And this was during COVID. You know what I mean? We're in the middle of COVID, and everything was upside down. When these people decided to leave in 2021, we were left in a lurch, and that's when we said, to my administrator, I said, we need locums. And that's when I reached out to Bridget again, because she had done so well with the thoracic PA service. Luckily, Bridget filled half of them because I just love working with Wellhart. The other providers, I get some that I'd read through the resumes, interview them, and find out they couldn't even pass our credentialing process. Or it wasn't as smooth as what I had with Wellhart and what I got used to with our first encounter with Wellhart and subsequent encounters with Wellhart. With Wellhart, it was great. They gave me quality people to look at, clean resumes, and that's only when the process just begins to get difficult, is when you say, okay, I want this person. Now I've got to go through credentialing. Okay, and the credentialing team at Wellhart is fantastic. You know what I mean? I give them some information, and they get in contact with our credentialing team, and they work with them one-on-one, and they work with the provider to make sure they get all the information. And then from there, once they're credentialed, and then I get them on staff here, then I've got to go through payroll. You know what I mean? And so that was another process that Wellhart was great with. If I had any issues or I needed staffing, I called one of Wellhart's people. Bridget, for the most part, was my contact, but she has an excellent team behind her. And if I had an issue, she'd go, no, I'll get on it right away. Or, I need a person next week. Can we look at, who's already on staff here? Can we maybe switch some schedules around? You guys did a great job with that. I hired anywhere from 9 to 12 APPs, and what they would do is some could come every other week, and it worked out great. Other ones could give me 3 days a month. So that's why I had so many different providers. And I actually wanted an overabundance, but on the same time, some of these providers were working other jobs, so they just wanted a week a month, just to supplement their income. Okay. But then I had other ones that this is all they do. They are locums. And some of them had 2-3 accounts they were dealing with, and they wanted to try this one. So those people, I tried to give a set schedule that I knew this is all they were doing. They wanted to work 7 days 1 week, get off a week, and come back and work a second week. So that's why you need so many different providers, because you don't have 4 people that can do that all the time. And that's what we ended up with, 4 or 5 people who can staff full-time. That would be, our full-time positions. You need 5 people to do this. But with locums, I took on 9 to actually 12 at a time, sometimes, to fill all the gaps. For the most part, they did integrate well. You know what I mean? There were some that had a more difficult time. You know what I mean? Some were new to being locums. Okay, and these are people that maybe worked for a year or two, decided I'm going to go do locums, and they have to realize they're a guest. Some were working full time, so they just came, did their weekends, and integrated very well with the staff. Like I said, I have 2 other people that have been doing a weekend a month for the last 3 years. We have excellent statistics. Our survivability ratings are very high. The bar is high, the surgeons, and they expect it from us, full-time people. They also expect it from the locums. And that's what we try to provide here with locums, and we've had very good success with the people. From the time I get a resume and we settle on a candidate, that sometimes could take 2 or 3 weeks. But setting up an interview with them, that may take a couple of weeks. Me looking through resumes, getting an interview with them was usually fairly quick, and then me making a decision. This is the person we want, Bridget. What's the next step? And that's what I said. The time-consuming part is it can take 2 to 3 months to get somebody credentialed at a hospital. So we've got to be pretty efficient here. And I've had Wellhart get people credentialed within 2-month period of time, which is phenomenal. I dealt with some other companies that I couldn't even get in the door with their candidates. The payroll system was very good. And also the ease of scheduling. You know what I mean? They would work with me. They didn't have traveling glitches. You know what I mean? They got their people in here, in and out, and they were happy. They were in the hotels they needed to be in. You know what I mean? They got their rental cars. I mean, they gave me candidates that, because Bridget listened, these are the people, these are the type of people you want, and they could get through credentialing easy because there weren't any issues. They came here and they were excellent providers. They did a service. And we were very happy. We were sorry to see some of them go. But like you said, Wellhart got them here to me, and it was a great fit.